here with Julie Flygare, who is the founder of Project Sleep and has recently published a book, Wide Awake and Dreaming. So congratulations on the book.
Thank you, Valerie.
How exciting.
Thank you.
When did it come out?
December of 2012, so
okay.
It's been about a year and a half.
Okay, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Julie, you were diagnosed in 2007 with narcolepsy and cataplexy. And I can't tell you the number of times I've said in meetings, I must have been so narcoleptic I couldn't keep my eyes open. It's not really true, obviously, but can you straighten it out for us? What does it really mean to have narcolepsy?
Sure, I know exactly what you mean because for most of my life I made those same jokes. And that's what I thought narcolepsy was as well, someone falling asleep in the middle of a sentence or while standing. The first thing that happened to me is my knees started buckling when I was laughing at jokes. It was a strange feeling. Always when I was laughing, I started having these really, really vivid dreams. They didn't feel like dreams, that burglars were coming in the night and attacking me. And I was in law school and I thought that I was having trouble with my work and staying awake. So it was very different parts of my life were affected. And it wasn't until I actually read the real symptoms of narcolepsy that included this muscle loss with emotions and these hallucinations and sleepiness that I realized, oh my gosh, that's what I have. It's just so not the perception of narcolepsy. That's never even happened to me, to fall asleep while standing or in the middle of a conversation.
Right. That's why I wanted to ask you, because when you shared with me offline what it really means, I was really surprised. I had no idea.
I know.
It's just a phrase we end up using, but very incorrectly.
Right.
Very incorrectly. So how has it changed your life having narcolepsy? Can you share some insight into that with us?
Well, I thought it was just going to be a small road bump, you know, take some medication and feel better, and that I would go back to life as normal as a law student. And it was really challenging to balance the medications and the side effects and learn about how I was going to manage this. And I started studying health law because of that, and health policy and FDA law. I became so personally fascinated from my own experience now as a patient. And when I graduated, I really felt we needed to change perceptions of narcolepsy, that everyone thinks it's this other disorder. And so I started writing a memoir and moved to DC to advocate for narcolepsy on Capitol Hill. And it's just totally transformed my life in such a way that I never imagined. It's become my passion. And the reason I get up every day is to create a brighter future for narcolepsy.
It's inspiring.
Thank you.
It's inspiring. Now, I want you to tell us about what you're doing with the FDA. And I know you'll be speaking this afternoon on how you're developing a clinical endpoint for this therapeutic area. So could you share some light around that?
Yeah, we were one of the first diseases to go through the patient-focused drug development initiative with the FDA. And in those proceedings included a big meeting, and it came out of that brain fog and cognitive issues were really central to people with narcolepsy. It's never mentioned in any definitions, it's never mentioned as a symptom, and it's always kind of a side note. And patients really, in these discussions, it came forward that this was super important. And so now the question is, we're going to be able to have clinical endpoints around cognitive issues because this is really a central problem. Can we change definitions to include that? Because, you know, this is a major area of interest for patients.
And how has the FDA responded to the information you've been giving them and the insight you've been sharing with them?
They recently produced the patient voice report from our interactions with them, and it does talk a lot about the brain fog and the cognitive issues. So this is a really nice document that will hopefully incentivize pharmaceutical companies and other investigators to look into this area, but I don't see a huge amount of conversation after the meeting to work with us on how we're going to take next steps.
Okay, so that becomes the next focus then. So can then you tell us about Project Sleep?
Sure. So Project Sleep is my new nonprofit to raise awareness about sleep health and sleep disorders. Similar to the jokes about narcolepsy, we just don't really think sleep is all that important in our culture. It's mostly, we brag about how few hours we get, you know, as a sign of strength. And so Project Sleep is really just to bring awareness to the importance of it and try to make sleep cool, if that's possible. You know, that we can value it and prioritize it in some ways so that we can actually succeed more during the day.
Good sleep is better health, right? Mm-hmm. If we want to know more about Project Sleep, where can we go? What's the website?
The website is project/sleep.com.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Julie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Valerie. It's such an honor to be here and to bring the patient perspective to this conference.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.